Hello, folks. Let me get settled back in my seat here. Got a little video for you today. Unfortunately, the video today is not going to be about any radio repairs. Well, in a sense, I guess maybe it might be. It depends on how you look at it. Excuse me. But more so about what's going on in my life, what's going on in at Red Eagle Radios, that kind of thing. Bring you guys up to date on several different aspects of things, and to kind of, I guess, give you a little heads up of the way things are headed in the future with me and Red Eagle Radios. As probably most all of you know, well, some of you know, maybe not as many as I think, but anyway, Red Eagle Radios consist of just me. I'm a one-man operation, and I have had help. My son did help me for a while. He's a very good technician. I really wish that things could be different so that he could work with me in the shop full time, but unfortunately, it doesn't produce enough income that, you know, he can survive. Being married, having a family of his own, wife and two babies, two kids, it takes quite a bit. Takes quite a bit for him to get from payday to payday, and radio repair just don't quite make it. So anyway, I did have another gentleman that helped me for a little while, Mr. Red Rider here in Arkansas. You probably, some of you guys know him or have talked to him on the radio at times. Super good guy. Can't say enough good things about Red Rider. Not only is he a fantastic radio operator, he's a very good-hearted person. He's very helpful. He's very generous. He's very kind and very considerate. He's just a super good guy all the way around. I just heard my phone do something today. We're supposed to have that test. Actually, it's already came through on my phone, so I don't know if what I just heard is something else to do with that or what. But anyway, Red Rider, he helped me for a little bit, doing some of the simpler things, and he has expressed an interest in wanting to come back and continue to help me more just a little bit later, a short while from now. But anyway, don't know if that'll happen or not. That's, you know, depends on him. But in the meantime, I am a one-man operation. I do what I can with the time that I'm allotted to do. And I know a lot of you guys will say, yeah, the time allotted, you know, it depends on how long his wife will let him work in the shop, you know, whatever. No, that's not the case. And at my age, if it were the case, I'd just come right out and tell you. I'd be honest about it. But that is not the case. When I say the time that I have available or the allotted time, whatever, as some of you know, I've posted about it in different places, even on my group, Red Eagle Radio Repair, which, by the way, I'm about to, well, actually, if you see this video, you're probably going to be seeing it on my group. I'm about to open it back up, not necessarily for work purposes, but for the community to have as resources to how where they can get in there and talk back and forth. Yes, there's a lot of groups out there that you can do that, but I'll touch on something concerning that or connected to that here toward the end of the video. In so many of the other groups, there is so much hatred. There's so much bashing, name calling, troublemaking, drama, whatever that goes on. I don't allow that in my group. I do not allow that in my group. If you do something that appears to be troublesome, and you can pretty much tell if somebody's trying to create drama or not. But if it appears that way, they get a warning. If they do it again, they don't get a warning. They get deleted, period. I will not put up with it in my group. Now, with that being said, I'm going to open my group back up so that people have a place that they can go to and actually discuss and communicate, rather than seeing and hearing, seeing a bunch of posts that's bashing somebody, or watching videos that's bashing somebody else. One tech bashing another tech, one tech retaliating against the tech that bashed him in the previous video, whatever. You guys get it. There's no place for that in my group. I don't tolerate it. So, but back to the time allotment that I have. A lot of you know, excuse me, my wife has had some pretty serious health problems for quite a while now. Been over a year, actually. She had a stent put in her heart several months back. She done pretty good with that. Had a few minor issues with it, nothing major, no problems, so to speak of. They found out that she has a blockage in the carotid artery on the right side of her neck shortly after the stent, which, I mean, she already knew it beforehand, but they really got to checking on it after the stent and determined that it's something that they needed to be really looking into and checking on. They've been doing that for quite some time. To be honest with you, that process seems to be moving much slower than I think it should. But I'm not a doctor. By any stretch of the imagination, am I a doctor? So I don't know, really what all they got going on. I know what they tell us. I don't know how much of that to believe. But nevertheless, they are still to this day checking on that blockage. And that translates into she has to have tests. She has to go see this doctor. She has to go see that doctor. And where I'm located, I know this is going to sound like a joke, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. Where I'm located, it's probably about 50 miles in any direction that you want to go to get to a facility that can do some of the more advanced tests, and to get to advanced doctors, like good quality surgeons and good quality hospitals, that kind of thing. So that translates into a good bit of road time for myself and her. It translates into a lot of waiting room, doctor's office waiting room seat warming, sitting in the waiting room in their uncomfortable chairs, waiting for the nurse to come out and call you back to get things done. And then of course the trip back home, which again, like I said, 50 miles one way. So it's a lot of time on the road, a lot of time in doctor's offices, that kind of thing. Now, with that being said, that's where my wife's situation is. She still has the blockage. They tell us that it's more than 50% blocked, but they're not sure exactly how much or how bad the blockage is. They're trying to get her in for a CT scan now to confirm the amount of blockage, I guess you'd say. Still waiting for the CT scan appointment. Once that's done, we feel pretty confident that they'll schedule her for surgery shortly after that. And they tell us that is any surgery is invasive, but the one that she will require, pardon me, got something in my throat this morning. The one that she will require, they will actually, according to what they tell us, they'll actually cut about a 4-inch long incision along the artery on the right side of her neck, open that artery up, and manually go in and scrape all the gunk out. Okay. And like I said, any surgery where they cut on you is invasive, yes. But this one, it's dealing with the blood flow going to the brain. So that makes it a little more touchy, I would think. But they tell us that they have great success with these surgeries and there's nothing to worry about. Okay. That's coming at some point in the future. Don't know when. The next thing that practically none of you know about is my health issue. I've kept it quiet. I've had my concerns for a good while. I've had some problems that I've pretty much kept quiet, including in my own household. Should not have done that, I guess, but nevertheless, being a man, being stubborn, bullheaded, that's what I did. So I have what I call a mole on my back, right between my shoulder blades. It's been there for as long as I can remember, my whole life, I'm sure. My wife became concerned about it a good long while back, said it looked to her like it was changing shapes or growing or doing something. Okay. She got after me to go have it checked. Well, going back to the being a man, being stubborn, bullheaded, I wouldn't do it. Until a month and a half, 2 months ago, I started having some pretty serious issues with it. It actually started leaking or oozing, I guess would be the the prettiest way to describe it. I had to wear a thick gauze bandage on it for over 2 weeks before it ever, dried up and healed up. Moved here from Georgia 12, 13 years ago. Never set up a primary care doctor for myself here. So since I didn't have a primary care doctor, while that issue was going on, I couldn't get in to see a doctor at that particular time. So I did find a doctor that I like very well, as a matter of fact, during that time, who agreed to take me on as a new patient. But unfortunately, his first opening for a new patient was over a month away, over a month out. So anyhow, I took the appointment. I said, yeah, sure, let's do it, get it started. By that time, that was Monday of last week, I believe it was. By that time, he had already healed up and quit, giving me problems. But I went on to the appointment anyway. He looked at it. He did not do a biopsy. He looked at it. He said it looks to him like the early stages of some type of skin cancer. And I said, okay, what do we do? He said, well, I want to send you to a dermatologist. He's a specialist in this field, and I want to have him check it. Okay. Set the appointment up. That was Monday of this week. Went to see him on Monday of this week. He checks it over, looks at it, and pokes around on it, mashes on it, that kind of thing. He said, I do believe, he said, honestly, he said, I'm 98% sure that it's melanoma. And he said, I can tell that it's deeper than just the usual surface melanoma. He said, I can feel a little lump underneath it. He said, so that tells me it's deeper than what I have the ability to take care of in my office. So he went ahead and did a biopsy on it, and said, I'll send it to Little Rock. We get the results back. Once the results are back, we'll go from there. He said, but what's going to happen? He said, if I'm right, and he said, like I said, I'm 98% sure that that's what it is. He said, if I'm right, what I'll do, he said, I'll set you up with this lady at UAMS Hospital in Little Rock. She's the head of her field, and we'll let her take care of you. And so they'll do the PET scan probably to see if it's spread to any other parts of your body, internal organs, bone, whatever. And whatever they find, they may offer treatments, different treatment options, that kind of thing. But said she will set you up for surgery at that hospital to have that thing removed off of your back. And he said, hopefully that'll be the end of it. No more problem. So, with that being said, right now I'm uncertain about my work schedule in the near future. Okay, and I'm not working on this radio, by the way. It's just like a movie prop. I set it up here for you guys have something to look at while I talk to you. But it sounds like I'm going to be making trips back and forth to Little Rock, which is about a 3-hour drive one way for me. So, 3 hours down, 3 hours back, there are 6 hours a day shot. Whatever time, whatever time I spend there, of course, is in addition to that 6-hour drive time. So, I'll be out of the shop at times for long periods, day, 2 days, 3 days, maybe. Recovery time for this, travel time for that, whatever. But here's the main thing. Until they tell me there's no hope, I'm going to keep sitting right here doing this. This is what I do. This is what I love. This is what I know. And I'm going to continue to do it as long as I possibly can. And, truthfully, guys, I don't think there's going to be any major problems. So I honestly expect to be sitting here at the bench doing this, truthfully, for years to come. Don't see any issues at all. Now let me say this. If you have a radio here with me, don't freak out. I'm going to continue working. I'm going to continue pushing. I'm going to continue driving hard to get as much as I can done as quick as I can. I think my son actually is even going to pitch in and help me a little bit, try to take up a little bit of the slack, take a little bit of the load off of me. But if you have a radio here, like I said, don't freak out. It's safe, and God forbid, worst case scenario, if something were to happen to me, my family already has instructions on how to contact every one of you and how to get every radio that's here back to its rightful owner if the worst case scenario were to happen. So, if I fall over dead tomorrow, you're going to get your radio back. That's all there is to it. I'm not a dishonest person. I have no desire, my family has no desire to keep your radio. They're not going to be sold, pay for medical bills, none of that nonsense. You will get your radio back, without a doubt. Now, on that note, please please don't start bombarding my phone with messages about, or just send mine back. If you're sick, don't worry about it. No. Please don't do that. If you want to send me a note in Messenger or something to say, hey, hate to hear about your situation, but we're behind you. We're rooting for you. We're praying for you. You're in our prayers. That's great. I'll take all the support that I can get. But don't, please don't bombard me with send my radio back or question me about, how close are you to getting to mine, or how close is mine to done, or whatever. That takes time away from me sitting here doing this. It adds more stress to me, which honestly I really don't need right now with everything I've got going on in the family. But and I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I really I'm not. I'm trying to be as upfront and truthful and loving, as honest as I can. But your radio is safe. There's nothing any different. Nothing's changed. I'm just going to have to go to the doctor a little bit and get some things squared away, and everything else is the same. So, with that being said, I appreciate every one of you, and I want to go back for just a moment and touch on a little something that I touched on for just a moment earlier, talking about the groups. I'm starting to see. Well, I'm not starting to. I've been seeing a lot of bashing out there in these groups from some folks. One tech bashing another tech. Your work is junk. You're a scammer. You're a ripoff. Con man. You don't know what you're doing. You're butchering up radios. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And doing that on video, they post a video publicly. Well, the other tech naturally sees this. Well, he feels the need to retaliate, so here's this other video back to the guy that made the first one, telling him how sorry he is, and it's never ending. It just goes on and on and on. People, let's not do that. I mean, seriously, let's just not do that. The ones that do that, I don't know if they think it makes them appear to be a better technician than anybody else. I don't know if they think it makes them appear smarter than anybody else. I don't know what the game is, but it's very childish. It's not professional at all, and I don't know how everybody else feels about it. But from my point of view, and this is just my opinion, and of course we all know what opinions are like. Opinions are like those other things that everybody has one of. But this is just my opinion. It looks very childish. It's not professional. It reminds me of kindergarten kids on the playground squabbling back and forth over a lollipop or whatever. And it absolutely does not lend any professional credit or credibility to the person doing it. It looks very childish. It really does, and I don't care for it. So, yeah, a lot of people says, well, if you don't like it, just scroll on past it. Well, that's true. But if I join a group and I'm having to scroll past several videos of that nature to look for meaningful content, then I don't care for that group. Because it's still there, it's still in my face. even though I don't stop and watch the video in its entirety, it's still there, and I still have to deal with it. I have to scroll past it. So I choose to not deal with groups that allow that kind of thing. So anyway, guys, let's just not do that. Let's be professional. I'm not the best technician there is out there. There's people out there that are much better than I am. There's people out there that have much better equipment than I do. There's people out there that are much more professional than I am. There's just people out there that's much better than me in this business all the way around. So I'm not, this is not a plug for Red Eagle Radio. This is not advertisement. No, that's not it. What this is simply a, hey, let's don't do that, guys. That's all it is. Let's don't do that. Be professional. Act professional. Make yourself look professional, or present yourself in a professional manner. Because if you don't present yourself in a professional manner, no one is going to see you as a professional. So, that's on you. Whatever you want, guys. If you want to be viewed as a kindergarten child, then keep it up. You're doing a great job. And I'm not speaking to any one specific person. I'm just seeing this more and more. But if you are one that's doing this, then you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. But if you want to be viewed as a kindergarten child or preschool child, whatever, like I said, keep it up. You're doing a fantastic job. If you want to be viewed as a professional in your field, then present yourself as a professional and leave the schoolyard shenanigans alone. Okay, that's enough of rant. Enough of that rant from me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. The video's already turned out to be longer than I intended it to be. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope everybody's well. Let's get back to living more like God wants us to. Love thy neighbor. Treat thy neighbor with respect. These kind of things. And let's see if we can't turn the CB world on its ear by treating people with respect and kindness. That's what the hobby needs. Okay? The group's going to be back up. Red Eagle Radio Repair. Going to be back up. Come on in there. Make yourself at home. Chit-chat back and forth amongst each other. Keep it clean. Keep it straight. Enjoy it. And I'll update you guys as my condition goes along. Let you know kind of what's going on with me. And, hey, I'll talk to you guys later. Love yous all. God bless yous all. And have a great day. Be Mr. Red Eagle out here. Talk to you later.